9, and no K1.
Stop talking to me while I'm in freaking battle, man. Jeez. In the braking zone, you're talking to me.
We need to recharge for attack.
All of Lewis Hamilton's frustrations erupted during the Miami Grand Prix, highlighting Ferrari's persistent strategic issues. Hamilton once again showcased the tenacity that made him one of the most determined drivers in Formula One. Moments of his competitiveness shone through, but Ferrari's lack of effective strategy ultimately limited his chances of success, causing clear frustrations during the Miami race. Let's not forget that Ferrari was a winning team just a few years ago. In 2024, the SF24 achieved victories and consistently fought for podiums. However, the problems emerging in 2025 have led the team to fall back, struggling.
In China, I got out of the way when you're on a different strategy.
Understood. We swapped the cars.
Have a tea break while you're at it. Come on.
To make it to Q3. Hamilton didn't hold back when he was stuck behind Charles Leclerc, despite having fresher tires and a better pace. His only request was clear: teamwork. Instead, he was met with radio silence and a response that triggered an emotional explosion heard throughout the paddock. Guys, this is not good teamwork, that's all I have to say. A phrase that said it all without even raising his voice. But he didn't stop there. A lap later, Ferrari finally swapped the car positions, but it was too late and Hamilton was boiling. The question no one at Maranello wants to answer: is it sabotage or pure incompetence? The pattern is undeniable. Ferrari keeps making choices that damage Hamilton's race, not once, not twice, but consistently. Setups that promise pace in practice, strategic calls favoring Leclerc, radio decisions that come too late or not at all, a race engineer who seems more reactive than responsive. If this happened once, we'd call it bad luck, but when the same mistakes repeat across multiple Grand Prix weekends, it's something much worse. A team that doesn't know how to support one of the greatest drivers of all time. Hamilton doesn't need special treatment, he just needs clarity, a team that listens, and an engineer who understands his pace, not one who contradicts it. Right now, Riccardo Adami seems out of place. Communication is fragile, trust is low, and every race feels like a guessing game where Hamilton pays the price for someone else's hesitation. Formula One isn't just about speed, it's about synergy. If the driver and the pit wall aren't synced lap after lap, you're not competing, you're just surviving. And Lewis Hamilton didn't come to Ferrari to survive, he came to fight. While McLaren secured the front row and Red Bull sought answers, Ferrari found new ways to mess up, not in performance, but in internal confusion. The radio exchange between Hamilton and his race engineer, Riccardo Adami, seemed like a script from a team that had lost control. Adami wanted to keep the DRS active for Leclerc. Hamilton responded with sarcasm: "Take a break while you're at it." It wasn't just frustration, it was a driver tired of asking for logic via radio. On lap 53, Ferrari further aggravated the situation by letting Leclerc pass Hamilton again, nullifying the previous position swap. No explanation, no logic, just chaos. Same car, same race, but two completely different realities within the Ferrari garage. While Leclerc's side ran like a well-oiled machine, calculated and protected, Hamilton's side seemed a continuous storm. Let's look at the context. Hamilton started in P12. He gained time with a clever pit stop during the virtual safety car, switching to medium tires that gave him an advantage at the most critical moment of the race. He quickly caught up to Leclerc, who was visibly slower on hard tires. The pass should have been obvious, but instead of logic, Hamilton got silence. To be clear, this isn't just about a single race. It's a pattern that worsens every weekend. Hamilton shows strong pace in practice, with optimism for long runs. The balance seems close. But then comes qualifying, and the car changes. Too much understeer, rear instability, sudden loss of grip, and no one seems to know why. The frustration and confusion are palpable in the radio messages. There's a clear disconnect between Hamilton and his engineer, Riccardo Adami. It feels like the data and feedback come from two different worlds. Compare this with Leclerc, who gets predictable handling with the same chassis. Why? Because his side of the garage isn't playing catch up. A race engineer isn't just about calling pit stops. It's about instilling confidence, creating clarity, and giving the driver a car they can trust. Hamilton doesn't have this right now. now, and no matter how fast the SF25 might be, without that trust, it might as well be a rental car. And then, when you thought it couldn't get worse, it did. Lap 53, Hamilton, after fighting hard for position, was overtaken by Leclerc again. No team discussion, no justification, just a silent reversal. It destroyed something deeper than a simple track position. It broke any sense of team unity. Hamilton had already sacrificed his strategy, already shown pace on fresh tires, and already voiced his discontent. Letting Leclerc pass again wasn't just a tactical decision, it was a clear statement. Lewis wasn't a priority. And then Carlos Sainz came on the last lap. Sainz attacked Hamilton aggressively, making contact in the final corners. The same Sainz who was a Ferrari driver just weeks ago now seemed like an obstacle. The steward summoned Sainz after the race for 2 infractions, not slowing under yellow flags and colliding with Hamilton in a reckless maneuver for 8th place. It was a microcosm of the chaos within Ferrari's structure. Everyone running their race, no unity, no direction, no protection. In 15 laps, Hamilton went from threatening a P6 position to being trapped in chaos not caused by him. This isn't a team, it's a collection of individuals dressed in red. Hamilton, a 7-time world champion, was supposed to be Ferrari's new beginning. Instead of building around him, they've built walls made of missed strategy, confused setups, and a race engineer who seems more of a hindrance than a help. And when the radio goes silent and the camera captures a sarcastic "take a break while you're at it," you realize something deeper. Lewis isn't just frustrated, he's disconnected. Now it's your turn. Do you think Ferrari is wasting Hamilton's talent? Should Riccardo Adami be replaced before the season collapses? Leave your opinion in the comments. And if you believe Hamilton deserves a race engineer who speaks his language, hit that like button now.